There's Dr. Paul.
It's Paul.
It's Paul. Hold on, let me get the...
I need some theme music like a Mr. Rogers guest.
You do. The trolley sound is...
Door.
The trolley sounds good, though.
I like the trolley.
Yeah, me too. Let me turn down the Spotify and then turn you up.
Yeah, the music's probably nicer than whatever I have to say.
No, not true. Everybody's saying, howdy, Paul. Do you see everybody in there? You see the chat?
I see people. I see people calling me Mr. Doctor.
Mr. Doctor.
It's my formal title. Mr. Doctor's my dad.
How is the volume, guys? Mr. Dr. Paul. Is the volume okay for you guys?
Doctor.
Mm-hmm. 2. Doctor squared. It's pretty low. Okay. Hold on. I got it. I got it. Not you. Don't worry about it.
I won't touch anything, but I am about to switch headsets. We're going to do an unboxing. Is that still a thing? Do people still do unboxings?
Yes. I never get things sent to me, so I don't get to do those, even though I have a P.O. box, but I also don't advertise my P.O. box a lot.
Yeah. P.O. Box 33322, Columbus, Ohio, 43210.
Yeah. See, I couldn't even do that. That's how much I don't. Now he's a bit higher than me.
That's because I sat up straight.
Yeah. And that's fine. I think that's totally fine. I think we're good, guys. And so let's see. Yeah, let's do the unboxing.
Yeah, so I don't know how unboxings operate, but I got this. Do you hold it up?
Oh, that looks fancy. That looks so fancy.
So 2017, yeah.
That is so fancy.
I'm so behind the curve.
Open it up. Let's see what they look like.
I'm opening it. It's wait. So do they prep the unboxing or do they deal with all like the tape and the thing? It's another box.
I know, it's a box inside a box inside a box. It's a Russian nesting doll.
The headset's gonna be like this big.
I know. It's gonna be a miniature one.
Yeah.
It's not even a real headset.
I got it for a dog. Do dogs do live streams now?
That's something I haven't seen on Twitch. Hey, new ideas, guys. Free.
It'll be the next big thing.
Yeah, usually
I don't have an unboxing knife. I just have keys. They used to open everything.
Oh, right. That's true. Iguana says puppy cam. There are puppy cams.
There are puppy cams.
Yeah, but it's not like they're the dedicated focal object of the stream. Usually people...
Oh, here it is.
The real thing.
Right. You'll see it before. Oh, it smells nice.
It smells just like plastic.
Look at that.
Ooh, instruction manuals and...
Whoa.
And
bunch of bullcrap.
Yeah. How to install the drivers.
I joined a family.
Well,
I like it better than my family, that's for sure.
That's great. Yeah, that's not bad. Buy headphones, get a family.
And they've got me covered.
Oh.
Like insurance, but for products.
Mm-hmm.
And that is way too many instructions for a headset.
Yeah, you just need a... Wow, what is that? Is that...
Look at all this. It does things.
I don't even understand what's happening.
I don't understand. Yeah, Joe Hudson, I am an amateur unboxer because, I unbox in my free time, when I get things, from the grocery store or whatever. This thing is huge.
From the grocery store.
Look at this.
Yeah. Can you put it on? Just put it on.
That's the opposite of taking it off. The usual can't you put it on. It's what I usually get. Hey, Paul, can you put some more things on?
Just all the things. I got some Roswell ones. They have.
Oh, there's these things, these stupid twisty ties. Guys, if you want to talk about science, throw a question at me while I do this.
Yeah, so
I can multitask.
So we can start talking about Mars, the new hype behind Mars.
Yeah, organic molecules. How about that?
So what do you think? Life on Mars right now? Yeah.
Probably not. Have you seen Mars lately?
Not lately.
Kind of dry. Kind of dry.
Oh, you're meaning lately, not like
in the past 3 billion years.
Oh yeah.
These things are
just 3 billion years.
Large. Yeah. So what I find more exciting than the presence, or it's not the organic molecules themselves, and this is going to sound weird. It's not the molecules themselves. It's the fact that they were preserved, because the surface of Mars is incredibly hostile to these fragile carbon complexes that we call organic molecules. And just like 2 inches below the surface, they found organic molecules. So it means not necessarily that there's life on Mars, but life in the past could leave a detectable remnant that we could potentially easily find today.
So what do you think is going to come of this? What do people do with this news?
I don't think we're going to get, there's like little plasticky things I have to get off. To be fair, this is the most expensive pair of headphones I've ever purchased.
Yeah, no, and
I
think it's worthwhile.
I could have fed some families in Africa.
Well, now you got a family, though.
I could have dug. That's right. I have the HyperX family.
Yeah, you're part of the HyperX family.
I've
that
been
sounds
adopted.
Super edgy.
Dr. Paul, #HyperX. That'll be my new thing.
Martian Moleman, says Mig.
So what's coming? Okay, I'm going to do the switch.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll act like you can't hear me.
Okay, which is how
it's going to be.
Yeah, it's normal. Okay, I gotta say it's pretty comfortable.
It sounds good.
You're quieter now. Oh, is there volume?
There's probably a volume. Look on the cord. Look on the actual cord.
There, I got volume.
Oh, there.
It's over here.
Oh, how is that?
Wow, these encase my ears.
Yeah. Are they comfortable?
Yeah, actually they are, because these things, the old ones, the pad pressed right on my earlobes.
Yeah.
And this surrounds my ears, and even though I have larger than average ears, it's encased.
And so now you can like curve the mic in, because I'm getting a little OCD. Like you can bend it. Yeah. Look.
I don't get quiet.
Just say.
Very. Oh, sorry.
Just say, Houston, we have a problem, like that, real quick. Perfect. Thank you. Everybody, all headset users right now just died, and that's great. That's wonderful. It was so good. We need a clip of that.
I'm chewing on my very expensive headset.
It sounds good.
Because I'm really testing it for the doggy cam Twitch.
Yeah.
Because I know the dog's just gonna chew on that headset I give them.
Yeah, puppy can. Sounds like a CB radio. It does. Breaker 19. It does. It totally does. Yep.
This is the switch on.
Retired telemarketer. I know Chewbacca.
Yeah.
He's upgraded.
I'm upgraded. Look at that.
Yes.
Highland.
Yeah, worth it. They actually look really good. They're not bulky and weird.
Actually, which is very strange, because they are significantly larger than these things.
Yeah, but they're not like, there's some gamer headsets that have like, I mean, it literally looks, it's like Princess Leia. Yeah. Nice. Two space people making Star Wars references. I'm sure you guys have never heard that before.
Never before.
Never.
Seen in the history of nerddom.
Ever. So let's see right here. Noise canceling. Are they noise canceling? I don't know.
I have no idea.
10 hours a day wearing earbuds, and then I come in here and now rip. You're welcome, Squeak. You're welcome.
Yep. How's it smell?
Is it good? Like new.
Hey, I'm getting like lemon and basil notes. Maybe that's just my ear, but.
Dr. Paul also really likes cheese.
P.O. Box 3322, Columbus, Ohio 43210 for all your cheese samples. My producer won't let me say that on the air, like send me free cheese samples, because they've had cases at the radio station where people have tried to poison the on-air talent with free food that had poison in it.
So that sounds like a good idea. I think I would listen. Is that Greg?
Yeah, Greg. Greg won't let me do it. He said, Paul,
Good job, Greg.
Ask for food. Don't ask for food.
Please. God, cyanide cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. Might be blue cheese by the time it gets there. True. True.
Yeah, you gotta send the the long-lasting stuff. Give me some pecorino. Give me a good Comté, something that can stay outside the fridge for a few days.
Yeah, and I am not a cheese connoisseur. I know some, but not really. I wouldn't know how to pair things. Wine, fine whiskey.
No, you don't pair cheese. You just eat it.
Well,
don't play those stupid games like you do with wine. Like, just get a bunch of cheese and shove it in your face.
Okay,
and
I do.
Live in the moment.
Yeah, then I do that all the time. Then we're fine.
There you go.
Yeah, I would actually not ask for a cheese sample. Someone says since it's some since some are sorts of outright awful. I am not a fan of brie.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just can't. Wine and cheese is serious business, says Felmal. Felmal has a lot of experience with wine and cheese. Yes.
I prefer camembert to brie myself. It's more mild. It's less intense.
Yeah, I like intensity, but brie seems weird. I don't know.
It's very salty and pungent.
It's pungent.
It's a punch in the tonsils.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Dr. Paul has jumped up several levels on my list of awesome people. He's amazing.
That was the basil and lemon ears, wasn't it?
It was. It was.
But actually, I don't think it's the ears because it's either like I just secrete the oils in my head, or basil-y lemony, which would make for a great sauce on the chicken I'm cooking tonight. I should save that. I should get a scraper, or it's the actual headset.
I should get a scraper. Mozzarella,
just like a squeegee.
Just a squeegee. Did you get into space stuff because you thought the moon was made of cheese? Ooh, and with a good question.
Great question. No, I did not ever think the moon was made of green cheese because it is made of Manchego, and Manchego is not green. I don't know why this common misconception about green cheese. It's dry.
All
it's
the
crumbly.
time.
There's texture to it. It's obviously not green cheese.
Duh.
It's not a fresh cheese. It's aged.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Absolutely.
Use some logic here.
Yeah, guys. The
moon is not a rock. It is a bunch of rocks.
Christy says the new headset makes him more handsome. See,
I'm blushing.
You're getting
guys,
close. Fake gamer guy.
Patreon.com/PM Sutter if you think I'm handsome.
And if you guys don't know who he has this lovely command right here with guest, and he also has his own command under Paul, which there it is.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. And every time I have you on here, it's also in the VOD description. So people can find him. You can find him on Twitter, guys. He has his own podcast, Ask a Spaceman. I've been on his radio show, which was super fun.
That was tons of fun.
It was. It actually really went. It was fantastic.
You were great. You were a natural radio show interviewer. That is something you should put in your bio, that you do great on radio show interviews.
Well, I realized that I started to get to the point of talking about the supermassive black hole and what that would tell us about having things around the center of the galaxy having other stellar mass black holes. I started looping around that, and I was like, but that's important because that means that big stars have died there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that was like a 10-minute explanation where I could have just cut to that, but I think I was trying to build up a little bit of anticipation, which that's really cool, right?
You gotta tell a story.
Yeah.
Tell a story.
And I think that that's super neat because that was news. I don't know how many people actually heard about that news about the Blackhole Swarm.
Yeah, it got a little bit buried, didn't it?
It did. And I think that that's one of the things I think about with our own galaxy is that we have, I'm sure we have over hundreds, and I'm being very, very low end there of just these stellar mass black holes.
Got at least 25.
At least 25.
Bare minimum.
Right.
Maybe 24. I mean, I don't want to push it too low.
Yeah, I would say I'm good with sticking at a quarter in the middle of our galaxy. So we would have these all over our galaxy, but we found them. You want to talk about how did we find those? Do you remember?
Yeah, so I don't remember the detection technique actually, but it makes sense because the center of our galaxy is extremely crowded. The center of our galaxy has ridiculous amounts of star formation, much higher than average. And that means stars of all sorts of masses are being born, including the most massive ones. The most massive ones die and leave behind black holes. So you would expect a lot of black holes in the center, especially stellar mass, these ones of a few times the mass of the sun to a few dozen times the mass of a sun. I think the interesting news from that, and I will look up the black hole swarm.
Yes.
Was that they were big.
I think, yeah, they were, God, what were they? They were not like in the 5 mass range. Well, I think they were talking, God, now I need to look that one up. So right now I'm going to park the galactic center in between us. And this is so bright because it's so densely populated with these stars. And so, yeah, it was pretty cool. I don't remember. It's going to be buried in some of my stuff because you know what happened. The AAS happened.
Oh, yeah, that happened. Here's a quote from an article from one of the researchers, the lead, Haley. I don't have a first name on it. Chuck Haley from Columbia said that there are, where's my quote? There are about 5 dozen known black holes in the Milky Way galaxy. And this recent observation of the core of the galaxy leads us to think that there are somewhere between 10 to 20,000 in a box just 6 light years wide around the center of our galaxy.
That's not much distance.
That's packed.
That's really packed, guys.
That's like us to Proxima Centauri. Us to Proxima is 4 light years, so just a little bit bigger than that. Imagine that volume packed with 10,000 black holes.
Yeah, and that is incredible. I think there was something else here too, and I was looking at this because I started this one too, and it kind of, so there was a lot of stuff with the AAS that came out regarding our galaxy and the satellite galaxies. A lot of let's see right here. What was this one? The Milky Way. Yeah, this one. The Milky Way hosts stars with fingerprints of the first stars in the universe. What I can do is open that and actually send that to you so you can kind of look at it real quick because I would be curious. These are ones that I saved to talk to you about because I'm a jerk.
Because you're curious.
Yeah.
Because you're curious about the world.
They didn't source this one. I don't have the original. I mean, they just gave me the generic EDU site for it, but I'm going to Google the title of it.
What's the title?
It's Milky Way hosts stars with fingerprints. I got it. Here, I will put it in the Zoom chat.
From Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm. So
and this guy, Timothy, is very pleased with himself.
He is. I'll show everybody what we're talking about. My face might be in the way, but...
And he is not a fan of buttoning up his polo shirts, let me tell you.
Absolutely not. That is not what you do.
He runs hot. He runs hot, and he's gotta keep that unbuttoned.
Yep.
Vent that out.
Yep. Looks like he's. I'm guessing he's a golfer.
He looks very much like a golfer.
Yeah, he's got that golfer tan.
I think I have a golfer tan because I've been working outside like every weekend this summer. Or is that just a farmer? What's the difference between a golfer tan and a farmer tan?
I would say one's like
income level.
Yeah, but farmers should make money, good money. They do hard work. So let's see. So about 100K annual. Yeah. Are we any closer to understanding why and how the supermassive black holes form? Another good question.
Yeah, that is a great question. So there's 2 ways to feed a black hole. One is to shove other black holes into it, so to allow black holes to merge. And another is for them to eat and munch slowly on their surrounding gas. And to grow supermassive black holes with either method is kind of challenging, because if you're just going to do it by black hole mergers, then you need a lot of collisions over billions of years to build up something that big. And it's not exactly clear if you can have sufficient numbers of mergers to build up from something that's 5 times the mass of the sun to end up with something that's 5 million times the mass of the sun. And the challenge with sipping on gas is that there are complex feedback mechanisms that limit how quickly a black hole can consume the gas that surrounds it. You can't just take all the gas and shove it in at once. It has to get into a tiny area, and that limits how quickly it can be consumed by the black hole, so that limits its growth rate. Mm-hmm. As best we can tell, it's both mechanisms play a role, both gas accretion and mergers of smaller black holes. We're not exactly sure which one dominates, if one dominates and one method dominates in all cases. And one of the big challenges to both scenarios is we see giant black holes when the universe is barely 1 billion years old.
Yeah.
We see massive, massive black holes fully formed. So whatever mechanism generates giant black holes in our universe happens like that. And we're not exactly sure how those mechanisms can act so quickly.
And are we talking like quicker than, some of the first stars dying?
We don't have a pin down yet of when the first stars were born. And we don't have a pin down yet of how long those first stars lived. It seems that the first stars arrived on the scene, galaxies formed very, very quickly after that, and within, 1 or 2 generations, already you have supermassive black holes and fully formed modern day galaxies with a full complement of elements. So our picture of the early universe, from the transition from no stars to some stars to mature universe, that kind of puberty phase of the universe is something we do not understand very well. We don't have a lot of observations. The theory, the models here are very complex and difficult to grapple with, and we don't have a complete picture.
But we do have this article.
We've got this great article, and we've got Tim on the case in his visor that I'm sure he's holding below frame.
His one button on that polo. But so this is kind of going in line with that. And Trillian, that's a good question. Also, I saw another good question that, but while you're reading this, because this is kind of exactly what we're talking about, to give insight to these first stars of our universe. So, because again, it's a pretty big mystery. We know that these would have an abundance of the most abundant things in our universe, which is hydrogen. And that would be a real thing. Helium. We're going to say helium. Uh-huh. Oh, is there another one?
No, that's it.
Okay, I was about to say.
And dark matter. Dark matter's around.
Right. And so more insight, because again, these stars, if they have enough material around, they have the ability to get very big. And we like to call them the blue balls because that's,
It's teasing us.
It's just great.
We don't understand them, right?
Right. And it's, they don't live long too, guys. So it's, let's see. We're actually not sure. Like, initial simulations that we started doing 10, 15 years ago, the first stars, suggested that these stars would be gigantic, like 200 times the mass of the sun. Uh-huh.
But more sophisticated simulations show that they might actually end up fragmenting before they get that big. And so now the estimates are anywhere between, they're definitely big, definitely like 50 times the mass of the sun, but maybe no more than 100. But then some models still put it up in the 200 or 300 solar mass range. Either way, gigantic star, but it's such a complex and fascinating era that we don't have a lot of insights.
Yeah. And again, they die quick. So
they're gone.
Like 100 million years-ish. Now I'm tacking on a huge ish there. But, and so Lepathion says, aren't those black holes affected by each other's gravity while being so densely packed. So in that 6 light year area, having that many stellar mass black holes. Now, again, these are smaller black holes. And usually these guys, not always, but they have very fast rotation. They spin very, very quick as compared to a supermassive black hole. They behave very different. I would actually say I would not want to be thrown into those as opposed to...
Pretty much no matter what, you don't want to encounter a black hole.
You know, if I had to, though, if I had to be in an encounter with a but with a black hole, I would probably choose to dodge the intermediate, which are completely hypothetical right now. But, you know, these stellar mass black holes, I feel like there'd be a little bit more give with a supermassive black hole.
Yes, you can, because the singularity is very, very far away from the event horizon. With the case of a supermassive black hole, you can actually pass through the event horizon relatively unharmed.
How many people didn't know that? Yeah, and then you die. And then you die. You're done.
But you die inside a black hole instead of outside, which is remarkable.
Yeah, and that wouldn't happen with a stellar mass black hole.
Yeah, you die. The tidal forces rip you to shreds far outside the event horizon. Yeah.
I bet a lot of people actually, because that's kind of mind-blowing information that I don't know why I've never even talked about that too much. But Trillian had a really good question too. Can enough gas and dust come together fast enough to skip being a star and just form a black hole?
So when we're looking at the problem of seeding black holes, especially in the early universe, when the distribution of matter was different than it is today, we wonder if gas and dust can just compress to form a black hole. But if you compress gas and dust, there's this little thing called nuclear fusion that gets in the way, which for us is kind of nice because we call them stars. But this prevents gas and dust from just collapsing in on itself further, or at least it delays the inevitable for a while. But we do wonder about dark matter, because dark matter, we don't think it clusters, it forms dense objects, but in some models it does. And could it be that you can get a dense enough clump of dark matter, which doesn't get prevented from further collapse by nuclear fusion because it doesn't participate in that force, and it collapse and form a black hole purely out of the dark matter? It seems unlikely, but it's not out of the question.
Yeah, and that's, so adding on to that, and this is kind of interesting. This is going again with, I just answered in a short sentence, but Keeble says, so if two black holes have the same gravitational pull, would they just orbit each other? So it'd be dependent on their mass, their location.
So black holes definitely orbit each other. But the orbit itself, any gravitational orbit, is over long enough times unstable, because as these objects are orbiting, they're mixing up space-time, they are releasing gravitational waves, and that pulls energy out of the system, and that causes the objects to slowly attract to each other. In the case of our solar system, we're way too small, we're way too light. We do emit gravitational waves, but it basically doesn't matter. It doesn't affect our long-term evolution at all. With the case of black holes, they do emit gravitational radiation, and they do spiral and collapse. But there's another mystery here that you just opened up, where when we're doing simulations, or studying how these supermassive black holes, say galaxies collide and their supermassive black holes come with them, we can get them into, they can be gravitationally captured, they start orbiting each other, and they'll start emitting gravitational waves and start spiraling in towards each other until they eventually collapse and merge. But the time scale for this, you can estimate how much gravitational radiation is released at certain distances. It takes like 10 billion years for black holes to merge, but black holes merge way, way faster than that. So how do black holes get close enough that the final merger event can finally take place? We don't know, actually. This is called the final Parsec problem of how black holes can get, once they get within a parsec of each other, how they can actually initiate the process of merging together. We don't know.
No idea. I like the name. I like the name of that.
Hey, check this out. When I move my microphone up, it mutes.
I know. See, welcome to 2018, even though that's totally 2014.
Is that when this thing came out?
I'm just going to say yes and troll you.
I like it. I'll take it. I'm catching up.
The final parsec is always the worst.
Hey, guys, have you heard of this thing called Facebook? All my friends are on it.
Go like Dr. Paul. You know, I was actually talking about that with someone recently. Like, when they have, billboards and stuff that are like, give us a like on Facebook. Like, do you think anybody does that?
No.
Like, you're driving, you're like, I'm going to go like the, massage clinic.
The auto shop.
Yeah.
All right, auto body. I'm gonna like them. The only compelling reason to like a business is so you get like discounts and coupons, right?
I don't have Facebook.
Joe Hudson's gonna poke me.
I'll poke you.
Does Facebook still have pokes?
I don't. That's when I decided screw Facebook.
Yeah, you're done with that.
That's when that got bad. No, I got this other here. I'm gonna send this article to you too.
Okay, more science.
Yeah, well, this is science too. Kill Facebook. Get rid of it, guys. And I don't mean that in a violent way. It's just, wow. I just realized, and yeah.
Facebook isn't a living entity.
No,
it's fine. It's not. You can't kill it, actually.
No, you cannot. And there is no deletion of anything on that site. Let's see right here, Bunkatas. Joe actually had a good question too. Before poking you, he says, do we know the origins of Sagittarius A star at all? And just in case everybody doesn't know, we're talking about our supermassive black hole in the middle of the Milky Way, which you're seeing right now perfectly placed between Dr. Paul and myself. It is our supermassive black hole, about 4.3 million.
Am I gesturing in the correct direction?
No, other way. Yeah, so this way. So this is the supermassive black hole that's about 4.3 million times the mass of our star. So we
don't know where it came from.
We have no idea.
No. A black hole is a black hole is a black hole. One of the crazy things about black holes is we think how incredibly simple they are. That with just a mass, a spin, and a charge, just 3 numbers is all you need to describe a black hole. And if you have 2 black holes with the exact same mass, exact same spin, exact same charge, you can't tell them apart. If you were to close your eyes and swap them around, you wouldn't be able to tell which was which. So our black hole, Sagittarius A star, looks like any other black hole with the exact same mass, spin, and charge.
Yeah, and it's not an active galactic nucleus right now.
No, it's sleeping.
It's sleeping. It's dieting.
Mm-hmm.
It's on a diet. But that will change. So what is this? Wait, is that Facebook at the center of the galaxy? Yeah. Hell of a gravitational attraction.
And once you get in, you can't get out.
You can't leave.
And it kills you by stretching you too thin.
God, we could just run with that. There's like no point of even stopping. Slowly evaporating.
It will decompose you into your fundamental atoms and rearrange them to its will.
Yep, spaghettified Facebook style. So, is it safe to say that a big-ass star caused it?
Like any other supermassive black hole in the universe, we suspect it was formed by a combination of both mergers with other black holes and continually feeding on the gas around it. Long ago, it was in an active phase where it was eating lots of gas at the same time or at once, and now it's in a relatively quiet phase. There isn't as much gas surrounding it, so it can't feed.
Yeah, and also, when the universe came to be, things were closer together. We have a pretty old galaxy, so things were closer together, likely got merged a few times. And so,
we know the Milky Way has suffered a few mergers in the past. We know, we look out and we see distant galaxies. We see galaxies in the younger universe. They are more active. They're suffering more mergers. They're consuming more gas. And we're pretty sure the Milky Way had a very similar history. there are actually very interesting cosmological simulations that try to capture or recapture the history of our particular local patch of the universe, of trying to guess what the very early initial conditions were like in this particular patch of the universe and evolving the dark matter, evolving the gas dynamics and all the flows of energy and stars and star formation and all that, till you get something that looks like our present day group of galaxies. And these are very insightful for learning about the merger history of the Milky Way.
Yeah, I just sent you actually. And so Paranor, that is really cool. I want to save that one for next time. But look at the last one. Ignore the NASA one. Look at the magnetic fields one.
Yes. So you sent it to me
on Zoom.
My phone. I can't figure this stuff out. If I hang up on you, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I might forgive you.
You might. I just won't be back next week.
Does it? Just never again. Did it allow you to pull it up?
Magnetic fields hold the key to.
It is. Magnetic fields could hold the key. Yeah.
Magnetic fields.
I know.
There's a joke on my podcast.
That's the answer for everything. So when I saw this, I started, and I was like, we have to wait for Dr. Paul to talk about that one. Yeah.
Sometimes my editor on the podcast will even add some like tone to my voice, so it really comes out like magnetic fields whenever I drop it.
Oh, really? I just have a really scary like I sound. I'm not gonna do it right now. It gets really loud.
Do it.
Okay, that was hard, wasn't it? You had to really twist my arm there.
Yeah.
I have to make sure I'm doing it right. So let's see. It would be this is up, this goes down. And I think it's going to be loud for a second.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. Wait, that's not it. Wait. Wow. Just joking.
What is happening?
I don't even know what happened. Oh,
First,
it's the pitch
sounded like
change.
You were literally inside of my
That was just a distortion one. Hold on. Wow, that was super loud. Wait, let's do it like this. I got it. We just scared everybody. I know. Hold on, that's going to be down.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, hello, Satan.
I know, right?
It's been a while.
It's been...
Thanks for the big break on the PhD, by the way.
You're most certainly welcome. That's the last thing I'll ever do for you. Isn't that great? So sometimes we do that.
I'm dying.
I know. We could talk about all the black holes. I know. So, this is a thing.
Lucifer, what's your favorite thing in astronomy?
Black holes.
Of course. Why is that? I thought it'd be something more fiery and energetic.
No, that would be this one.
What is this?
I know, so we can go back and forth and I can act like, horoscopes.
You're like Satan's little sister.
No, I'm just an astrologer, professional astrologer.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah.
We actually
I've told you I've been introduced as an astrologer many times, right?
Oh, yeah, no, that happens to me all the time. In fact...
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I've been doing these IRL streams where I'm going out and trying to, get away from my computer. And I went up to the shore recently, so the Jersey Shore.
Oh, the shore.
Yeah. And, the amount of Axe body spray, hair gel was intense.
That's intense.
But, I got to talk to a few people and ask them what the difference is between astrology and astronomy. And all the girls were like, I'm a Pisces. And I was like, that's
not helpful.
No, but it's surprising. So I like to do things like that every now and again. I think it's fun to talk to.
To be fair, it's only been about 150 years since the two terms separated.
Right. Astronomers back in the day were actually astrologers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there is a little bit of truth.
I love it when people talk about like Copernicus and Kepler as these founding fathers of modern science, and they were neck deep in the weird stuff.
Oh yeah. I know. Really weird people. I totally I'm sorry.
Have you seen Kepler's beard?
I don't think I've looked at Johannes's beard. Don't laugh at astrology. I'm sorry, war thongs. But wait. So So I'm showing this magnetic fields could hold the key to star formation.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you read this article?
No, but I can guess what it's about.
So
Yes. These researchers mapped a very, very weak magnetic field in the so-called pillars of creation. And the magnetic field reveals something interesting about the gas. It tells us, in this case, where the dust is. Dust is any complex grain that's bigger than a molecule in space. And dust itself is very, very weakly polarized, which means it only emits a certain kind of light, which allows you to very carefully trace out the magnetic fields in this region. And so by learning about where the dust is concentrated and how it's aligned and where it's flowing, you can learn about where the stars have formed, what was the history of star formation. It's almost like a fingerprint in the pillars of creation that tell us about the history of star formation in that particular patch. It's not a very easy connection to make. It requires a lot of modeling, a lot of simulation, a lot of inferences, but it can be made.
And Fraser just dropped one in here. It's speculative.
Oh, screw you, Fraser.
I know. He came in here and he was like, here you go. Have fun, kids.
And bye.
And bye. But no, I don't want to have to.
Fraser, if you're still there, are you going to make me talk about it on Weekly Space Hangout?
Yes, you have to. You have to. Fraser, make him for all of us, because I'm going to make you talk about it a little bit right here. Speculative wormholes.
Because
Echo.
I'm trying not to be like the stereotypical guy that's going to bash anything speculative, but then Fraser just feeds me this stuff. Like, oh, by the way, here's something that's obviously nonsense.
At least Fraser has humor when he's doing it. Half my chat does it to me all the time, and they're not being funny.
Okay, I'm reading this article.
Speculative wormhole echoes could revolutionize astrophysics.
And I'm done.
Wait, but there's rotating wormholes. What's this?
Yeah, just guys, come on. Yeah, Fraser did nickname me the Kraken.
Right, I remember.
On Weekly Space Hangout. Someone even made like a graphic, like did the whole squid face thing on me. Which was actually quite flattering.
Yeah, no, that's love.
I look good as part octopus.
An octopi?
Octopode.
Octopoid? We're just going to make shit up here now. So no, really. So no bully chat. No, this is something that someone would want to talk to me about. And I'd be like, guess what? We're waiting for our friendly astrophysicist. So Fraser and I are on the same wavelength there.
I'm sure you are.
Well, this is good because we need to kill news that could get, like, do you know what people on YouTube are probably doing with this? I bet Fraser knows.
He knows. I know what people, and I could probably name the people.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just glancing through the article.
That's okay.
There's like the worst, most useless graphic I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's pretty
non-informative.
Yeah.
And I think what we have here, so theorists, I mean, wormholes are interesting playgrounds for theoretical physics because they're places where in the mathematics we can really push general relativity to these extreme limits, even though we know they're not physically possible, but we can explore the mathematical edge cases of this very grand and elegant and complex theory. So it's not like I'm against wormholes as a theoretical construct to help us understand things about general relativity and where it breaks down and why. Wormholes, like, most likely don't exist in our universe. And so in researchers studying wormholes, I have no problems with. I'm betting that this article, especially because it's phys.org, I'm betting that this article misunderstands 80 to 90% of the work and misrepresents it. So I'd have to read the actual article.
Yeah, well, we can save this one. I will put it in my
Rev D.
Yeah, I will put it in my bookmark things, and we can come back to this one when you're on next.
Okay, Fraser. I'll talk about it on a weekly space hangout.
Good.
Instead of something fun. But you just asked for it, like, okay, Paul, give us a 20-minute lecture about wormholes, and be spunky about it.
Half ranty. He says, no, don't. Not 20 minutes. Yikes. That's way too much dedication. So, but right here, people are saying, I think wormholes are real. And then someone says, it's funny how scientists think they know, but they can't prove it themselves. LOL.
Now, is that a troll?
No, I know who that is. He is a very big conspiracy person. He's not mean.
One of these.
He's respectable in that he's not a jerk.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's hard to not.
Do you?
Yeah. He's not a bad guy. He's just very much into conspiracies. Alien Illuminati. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm definitely trolling though. Yeah, Fraser, that Fraser guy.
Like, I thought you were a busy guy.
I know, and he's going to be on here on Thursdays. He's now a regular too.
Oh,
so you know what? No,
he's trying to copy my style.
No, he's on Thursdays.
Yeah, but he's trying to be like the Thursday Paul Sutter, and he's like, okay, how's this bald guy handle it? And what's the audience like? What's that? All that. You're trying to copy me. I quit playing second fiddle to me, Fraser.
And then on top of that, well, wait. So Fraser, you could give me something that you want Fraser to talk about.
Ask him to talk about the expansion of the universe and how objects can travel faster than the speed of light.
Or the expansion does?
Yeah.
Okay. Fraser, I'm writing that one down. I literally have all the notebooks right here. But I don't know if I have a pen. Oh, I don't even have a pen. But I'll remember that. We'll talk about that. Ooh, so mean. See?
Yeah, there's history with that.
Well, that one's really difficult to talk about regardless, I feel
Fraser
like.
wrote an article about it a few years ago, and Sean Carroll came down hard on Fraser, saying he was wrong. And, I mean, Fraser happened to be in this very office at the time a few years ago because he was visiting. And he may have broken down in tears. I'm not saying he did. I'm saying he may have broken down in tears, may have had to, nuzzle him for a while, comfort him, give him a little toy to cheer him up.
These are, that's the one thing, trying to get into explaining like the non-observable universe and versus the observable universe, or the expansion of the universe and how the expansion goes faster than the speed of light, even though nothing else can.
Hey, Fraser and I just did a video on it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Fraser, find the link. Go.
We need the link for that one too. I'm going to leave this one up too. I'm not taking this
because it's a nice quick video where we talk about the different cosmological horizons and things like that.
Oh, I see. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I've been shown how things work by human extraterrestrials.
But if they're oh, I see. They're humans, but not from Earth.
Right.
But then does that make them human?
Good question.
How
do you
humanoid? Define... There's the link. Fraser just put the link.
Okay. Oh God, this thing is like flipping out. Hold on. Well, I know we're at the top of the hour. If you have to run away, it's wait.
We got time. We got
Fraser,
time for more science.
This is what I just copied, and that's not the link because it's like it's going crazy. Why is it doing that? It's like not even letting me copy the link. Okay, I'm gonna fight this. You should see what it's doing. It's being very, very weird.
You need to be smarter than the machine.
Why?
Keeble 92. What shape is the universe? It is flat.
Fraser, can you send it to me on Discord if you're there? Because it's like my chat. It like when I hover over it to click it, it just like flashes, and I'm being tested for a seizure. I'm pretty sure. That was an epileptic test. If you don't mind.
You want to know something mind blowing?
What?
Cylinders are flat.
Wait, what?
Cylinders are flat.
Go on.
Yeah, so a flatness is defined mathematically.
Mm-hmm.
One of the ways you can define it is if you take parallel lines. I'm trying to find two. If you take two lines and they start out parallel and they maintain their parallelness forever when extended to infinity, That's like the definition of flatness. And if you take a flat piece of paper and roll it into a cylinder, the parallel lines remain parallel. So cylinders are by definition topologically flat. So even though we live in a flat universe where the lines could stay parallel forever, it could be, the universe could be closed along one or more dimensions, which means you could wrap around.
Flat cylinders. What? Says Spiker. Hey, Spiker.
What does that mean?
Flat cylinders. What? That's what he said.
Okay.
He's mind blown. And Sunny D.
Yes. I thought you were calling me a spiker. Or like that was some sort of thing that the kids are doing now to enhance their cognitive abilities.
No, he is just one of the regulars of the stream. I don't get it, says Headforge.
Think about it.
I'm sure. Do you have to get going? I don't want to take up your time.
No. I got time.
You do?
You want to keep talking? We got time. It's only like 10 till, right?
Is it?
I got 2:50 on my clock.
It is 2:50. I started early. I usually judge by looking at the clock here on my OBS with how my uptime. So, derp. If the universe is expanding, what space is it expanding into?
It's not expanding into anything. This is one of the most mind-bending concepts, and there are a lot of them in cosmology and particle physics. The universe is expanding, which means on average, galaxies are getting further apart from all other galaxies. On average. That's all it means. That's all it means. There is no edge. There is no center. There's nothing for the universe to expand into. There is nothing for the universe to expand from. It just means galaxies get further apart on average.
It's expanding into yes, someone said.
It's better than expanding into yes.
Is the universe creating its own space by expanding?
The space-time, the best way to visualize it, it's yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to say that, but it's a little funkier than that. That's not an easy thing to. Space is something.
It's one of these things. And I just recorded 2 podcast episodes, one on quantum entanglement and one on the nature of dark energy. And in both cases, there's a case where the mathematics, which is the real language of physics, was super duper crystal clear, totally unambiguous about what's going on. But then when you try to translate that mathematics into everyday language, there aren't simple metaphors, there aren't easy examples, there's no straightforward connection between words I use in English and words I use in mathematics. And that disconnect causes a lot of confusion. And I see this a lot when people talk about entanglement, when people talk about the expansion of the universe, when people talk about the nature of dark energy. Math couldn't be more clear. It's like algebra level math. But then trying to put it into words and frame it so people can understand it, whole different ballgame.
There's so many Dr. Pauls on my screen right now. There was just another one of you. I was showing everybody the Ask a Spaceman. That looks really cool that you got that. Did you update your website?
Sure. I'm not watching your stream.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm sorry. I was just looking at it. I don't remember seeing you like talking behind Ask a Spaceman.
Oh, like the little video thing?
Uh-huh.
At the top?
Uh-huh.
Whoops, I'm listening to you. Yeah, I started that, having that little video-y thing, I don't know, about a year ago.
Oh, then
But it only load if like you're on a browser and you have a fast connection. Squarespace automatically detects.
That's probably why.
It can support the video.
Gotcha. Does quantum entanglement travel faster? So we talked about quantum entanglement. Was it last week?
We did that last week, and I put everybody to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Even you.
Even me. I was just like, I'm gonna read chat. No, I
just
still
recorded
was.
a podcast. It will be out July 3rd. The episode on entanglement.
Holy mother of God. I don't even know what happened there. We're getting all kinds of weird stuff. We're really screwing with the audio today with all the people. Yeah, it was like this. I don't even know what that was. I heard that. We'll just ignore that. Chirp. It was a loud chirp.
I didn't get a chirp.
Yeah, it Might have been from your.
Oh, was it me? Did I like squeak or something?
No, I don't even know what it was. My head just exploded. I know. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. It happens. Live things. This happens with live things. But everybody, it's stream flare. You know, I'm good with saying that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that.
So you haven't released the podcast yet on quantum entanglement, though.
No, that'll be out Tuesday, July 3rd. And I actually, I wanted to I wrote out the whole episode, took my notes, and I decided I need a metaphor. So I used a metaphor of a Cheese of the Month club, a quantum Cheese of the Month club.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. And I think it worked out really well.
Yeah. And what was the other one? The other podcast you said you
is on the nature of dark energy, cosmological constant. How can dark energy cause an accelerated expansion to the universe?
Skylias uses AdBlock Plus on Sutter's website. Oh no, that's just the default that I have.
Hey, I use AdBlock Plus on my own website. Actually, I don't run ads on my website, so.
Yeah, I've actually not. I viewed your website from my phone, so I've never seen.
Yeah, I can tell. I see those hits from your city.
Yeah. Yeah,
like
the
3
analytics. Yeah.
3:15 a.m.
Sometimes
3:16 a.m.
So I have insomnia. That's a bit cheesy, Paul. Yeah, so that was a gravitational wave chirp. That's kind of what it sounded like. It was like a but it was like, really loud and
a little ring down.
Yeah, but then it got scratchy and definitely hit those high frequencies and everybody's eardrums are done. Let's see right here. Basically, it reforms itself. I don't know if we're talking about the expansion.
I would say like worrying about like whether it's space-time that's stretching out or is there more space-time being created. I would say don't worry about it. I would say the mathematics say that on average, distances grow larger. There is physical consequences, like we have more vacuum, so we have more vacuum energy. But as to the nature of space-time itself, like just don't sweat it.
Yeah. Is Paul's website GDPR compliant? I don't even know what he's talking about now.
The whole privacy thing.
Oh, right.
The European Union law.
That we got all the emails
My
about.
mailing list is now. In AstroTours is.
So good. Let's see. Well, someone asked a good question. I don't know if you could do it in a minute.
Let's see it.
Can you explain absolute zero and how it works?
Absolute zero is the temperature at which all molecular motion ceases and at which entropy is at its highest possible configuration or lowest, I can't remember which, and is completely unattainable due to quantum fuzziness at the subatomic level.
That was pretty good.
That's right.
But there are no gravity waves in there. It doesn't matter if it's the lowest or the highest, does it? As far as entropy goes?
It does matter. I can't remember which is which.
Yeah. That was actually really impressive. I didn't know if you'd be able to do that quick.
I have so many hidden talents.
Yeah. But then now we're at the hour, aren't we?
I've got 2 minutes.
Oh my God, what did I do?
Why do you want me to leave?
No, I don't. I just want to be respectful.
For the past 45 minutes, you're like, man, you gotta go soon, don't you? Like you know, when you have a guest staying too long, you're like, man, it sure is getting late. And they're like, it's 5:30.
I have so many things I have to do tomorrow.
Yeah, like, man, have you seen the errands? Like,
it's only 5:30 p.m., but it's okay. I gotta go to bed. Tomorrow's a big day.
Yeah, with the daylight savings time and all that. Yeah, it was 2 months ago, but man, it really hit me.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things that I think it's important, like, because I would just keep you on and be like, you don't have to abide by the formal hour, but I always get very worried that there's some people that are totally fine with that. Like Dr. Pamela's like, I got time, and then there's people that are like, nope, stick to the hour. So I always and you're at your office now,
I'm in my office
now, looking like a gamer, so people aren't gonna even think that you're.
And there's a big window open to the atrium, and everyone's looking in, wondering what their tax dollars are doing right now.
Right. Not at all going to any kind of science. It's going to video games.
And I feel bad for my office mate Heidi. She confirmed the times that I'm live, so that she's nowhere near this office.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's like just hangs out right outside.
It's okay. That's
until
smart.
I'm done, because she doesn't want any part of this.
Oh, really?
She's shy.
Oh, yeah.
She's a great scientist,
but shy.
Yeah, and she asks like every day. She's like, "What'd you talk about today?" I said, "Oh, a bunch of random stuff." She's like,
"Random stuff."
They just ask you questions about anything.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, anything like sciencey. Yeah. Game.
Yep. Usually a lot about quantum entanglement, or I would guess that
the hard stuff.
Yeah, the hard
Fraser
stuff.
Gone? Fraser just came in to drop his bomb.
Well, yeah, we're gonna watch that video. And yeah.
There you go. We can follow up next week.
Yeah, we can follow up. So, I think
next week.
Yes.
I hope my internet's good enough. I'll be traveling.
Okay.
But I plan to do this. I will be in the city of Kharkiv, Ukraine, next Tuesday.
Oh, really?
And yes.
Why?
For a conference.
Okay.
I swear it. And yeah, and I'm going to try to do the live stream from there.
Yeah. Sometimes that works out. Sometimes it doesn't. Dr. Pamela's tried to do it a few times at conferences. And
I can imagine. Yeah. And it's a pretty kooky looking hotel, but they promise they have good Wi-Fi.
Well, we're all interested. It's
called Hotel 19, and it's I don't understand. Hotel 19 in Kharkov, Ukraine. That's where I'll be staying. If you want to visit me and give me poison cheese.
Oh God. Don't tell people when you'll be there, though.
I will be there at some point in the future.
4G LTE modems joined together. Yeah, I still need to figure out like the international data plan if I were going to do some of these things like the Astro Tour stuff. Like I can't just get so my backpack thing is like on a major stall right now because no one really can get back to me on it.
Oh, shoot.
I know. The people that stream the international stuff are not easily accessible, and it's kind of awkward to like email.
They're busy.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like, hi, don't know me, but here's a question. I don't know. The gun run backpack. So yeah, we already got that, but it's I need the international data plan. So it's not just the local US one.
Have you tried the Verizon thing?
No, I haven't.
Should.
The Verizon like international one?
The Verizon international plan.
Yeah, the gun run backpack is pretty hardcore. So like it's there's a lot to it, but I need to. Don't the people who sell those backpacks know a thing or two about data plans? They do. He does as far as local to US. I asked gun run, and then but outside of that,
wait. There's a picture of a guy on the gun run website. There's a picture of a guy. With a camera coming out of his backpack, and then he has a mirror. Is the camera pointed at the mirror? And so it's like he's looking at his own face in the mirror, and then I don't understand the world we live in.
Wait, so is it the one where he's on top of the building?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know. But God, I'm gonna look like such a nerd. But I need the.
And Weird Al Yankovic's older brother is in the corner looking on.
Yeah, like we got the stuff to build it. Like we got the money to put it together. I just need that international stuff. And it sucks because I do have friends that do the IRL stuff that's international, but like,
well, I'm going to test out. I've used the Verizon's thing in Iceland, and I'm about to try it in Ukraine, so I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah, please do. And yeah, so we'll hopefully catch up next week. If not, just let me know. And but we can just try it out too. I'm okay with that.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having me. Thank you to the chatters, the chatties, the what do you call them? The Skynet?
Skynet, yeah.
All right, that's your pet name. Skynet, thank you so much for all the great questions.
Yes. You have a wonderful week.
Yeah, you too. Take it easy.
All right. Bye.